Yo guys, and welcome to a new video. Today I watched Jewel Thief, The Heist Begins. Alright, so ever since the release of Triple R 3 years ago, Rise, Roll, Revolt, I have been looking to the Indian cinema to give me a cinematic equivalent of that movie because I did miss that one in movie theaters, and I absolutely loved RRR, Rise, Roll, Revolt for everything that they did. It was fantastic, it was phenomenal, it was one of the best movies I've ever seen, and I absolutely danced my ass off when they got that Oscar nomination. And well, Nacho Nacho or Natu Natu in the version of the version you watch it in is absolutely incredible. So since that moment I have been looking forward to more Indian movies to grace my scenery and to grace my life, because I want more of this. And I want more of RRR, and I haven't really found any movie that did that for me. I did genuinely like Brahmastra and Pathan a lot, but they weren't as great as RRR was. They weren't as great and as phenomenal as that movie was. But then Netflix released a new one, a Hindi movie called The Jewel Thief. The Heist Begins. It's the beginning of a franchise where I feel like the franchise is never going to kick off because, oh boy. Oh boy, like, okay, where to begin? First of all, the story is bland, the characters are boring, and everything in this movie doesn't make sense and is just very, very, very predictable and very, very bland. We've seen everything in this movie countless times before. I didn't like the performances, I didn't like what they did with the story, I didn't like the characters, I didn't like the acting, I didn't like a single thing out of this movie. I do think it looks kind of nice. I do like these movies with the vibrant colors. This one was a little bit too vibrant. I think this one will be a blast if you're high, but it just wasn't that particularly interesting. It wasn't making sure that I got hooked onto the story or on the characters. It was a bunch of stuff happening and everyone else trying to follow it, but it's so incredibly boring that you just do not give a shit about anything, and it's really not working that well because of that. Because Jesus Christ, I have no idea what this movie was about, and I have seen it a few hours ago. I know it was about a heist, and there were some scenes that I genuinely liked. Like there's a scene wherever two wannabe cops wake up in the plane area. What do you call it? Air. What the fuck is it called? My fucking god, the airport. That's the word. And I thought that scene was genuinely funny, and especially seeing how that he nailed that thing was incredibly fun to see. There is a fight scene in the end I genuinely like. There is some music that I genuinely like, but the music video in the credits is what won me over from giving this movie half a star, so congratulations on that. Like, it's an Indian movie. I expected songs. I heard T-Series music, and I was genuinely disappointed by the songs. I was like, where are they? Like, people sing, but I expected a Natu Natu, and I was disappointed with that. Not that every Indian movie needs to have a Natu Natu, but I kind of expected it, and I was disappointed by that. Also, this movie does the same thing that the old guard did, which was ending on a fucking cliffhanger, and I hate that because god fucking damn it, they tried to make a second movie, and this one is so incredibly bad that it will possibly never even get one. So we're just ending up with not even a finished story. And with the old guards, it was annoying. With this one, it's annoying. I can kind of feel better about it if they decided to make this a part 1 and a part 2, like then you know it's happening. But then we also have that Rebel Moon movie that Zack Snyder made 1 year ago that also was really ass, and I couldn't even be bothered with watching the second part of that. So there is a give or take on that one. I just did think that The Jewel Thief, The Heist Begins is not a great movie. So if you absolutely loved RRR, which is the main thing that I want to tell you, because I do think I do not have a big Indian audience, but I do have not even a big international audience, but I have an audience like people who want to watch this review. Here we go. If you liked or loved RRR and you want to see more out of Indian movie making, skip this one. You will start to hate it. And that's not something I want, because Indian cinema can be great. Can be awesome. Alright, thank you guys. This was my review. I will give this one star because of that end song. I do really like that, and I genuinely chuckled with the airport scene and stuff like that. Alright, but for the rest, this just wasn't it. It felt like a Netflix cash grab. Like Netflix just got all of the oddities and all of the things that the general audience think makes an Indian movie, smashed it together, made something, asked AI to write a movie having those themes, and that's what they put up with. And it truly feels like a movie that is not necessarily made by AI, but it's made on autopilot. There's no love in this movie. There's no insight in this movie. It's just bland to the core and bland to the making. Alright, I'm gonna give this one star. What did you think of it? Please let me know in the comments down below, because I'm really excited to hear your opinion on it. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you, and bye bye.